Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here on SpeedGaming. We have a great matchup for you tonight. This is the Legend of Zelda Battle for Hyrule tournament. So this is the game that started it all, the Legend of Zelda, Zelda 1. This is the any percentage No-UAp+A or any percentage deathless category. Tonight's race features Antlerz44 on the left side of your screen. He's coming in as the number 3 seed versus johntabin on your right side. He's coming in as a number 14 seed. I am Deus Ex Machina. I am joined tonight by Dr. Blue. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hope everybody's doing really well, just like me. A little warm outside, but I can cope. We have some exciting races up here tonight.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. This is actually my first time calling a vanilla Zelda run. I've called a lot of randomized Zelda runs, so I'm really excited to get to work. And I think this is the first time I've ever called a race with you as well, Doctor. So looking forward to tonight.
Yep, should be a lot of fun. And you'll have to suppress the urge to go, wow, I can't believe the bow was in 1.
Yeah, it's right there in level 1. Yeah. So yeah, a couple quick stats coming into tonight. Antlerz44, like I said, he is the number 3 seed. His best qualifying time tonight was 30 minutes and 6 seconds. John's coming in as the 14 seed. His best qualifying time is 34:43, but don't let that fool you because he has a personal best of 30 minutes 47 seconds. So either one of these runners could put up a blazing fast time tonight.
Anything can happen in a race for sure. And we're off with the first race. I don't know if Antlerz will attempt a manipulation, but if he did, he's most likely not going to get it based on the little struggled stroll there. But still, it's the very beginning, and we'll see how level 3 treats both of our runners, because they're both heading there first thing.
And looks like we got the timers synced up now. I think that's what that little pause was there.
You're
Antlerz. Right. But yeah, this is level 3 that they will enter first. There's always that discussion of should we just call it level 1 since you always go there first in these runs. But
yeah, there's definitely the alternate route of going 2 first, which is a bit more safe, although 3 first is the faster one by far. But even within level 3, we're seeing a deviation. Antlerz is going the, I guess, standard bottom route, while johntabin is going for top route. Top route sets you up a bit more simpler in the second factor, which is the room Antlerz just walked through. And you can get a few more resources like money. In terms of which one's faster or slower, it really just depends on the patterns you end up getting. So right now, Antlerz is clearing out the second factor with some bombs getting his drops, and johntabin getting the nicer pattern because of the top route, and now they're both going to the basement about the same time.
Yeah, this is actually really synced up.
Yep, the only difference right now is that Antlerz has a full set of bombs, while johntabin only has a couple. Let's see if John will try to force a bomb on his way out here. He is killing a bunch of keys. That makes me think he might be doing that.
Yep, and it looks like he just got his bombs off of that orange dark nut there, and now he will... he always has the option to kill these orange dark nuts in the first room to get even more bombs if he wants.
That's right. Another advantage of top route is that no matter what happens, you always have this room to fall back on in case you need him. And yes, it looks like indeed he's going to attempt to take him out to get his 4th, while Antlerz makes his way to Manhandla, everybody's favorite boss.
Ooh, a little bit of a misplaced bomb there on John's side, though.
Yep, he'll still have 4 bombs for Manhandla, while Antlerz cleans out Manhandla pretty nicely, exits with a full set of bombs in his pocket, doing mighty well starting out. We see John here, just taking 2 bombs against Manhandla. Really nice, getting past probably the most RNG heavy boss of the entire run right there. So, really good. No deaths.
Yeah, a lot of... obviously, in a tournament run, you're not just going to restart after the first boss, but I've seen a lot of people going for PB that don't make it past that first Manhandla.
Oh yeah, you reset like a maniac if you don't get a nice level 3, because that just kind of sets the pace for your whole run. Now we have Antlerz going into level 4, which johntabin is headed for now. This is a pretty typical start after level 3. There's pretty much no deviation. You have to go get the ladder, if nothing else. Even if you die and have to come back later, that's a critical component of your run here. So Antler's making his way through the dark room, building up a count, most likely going to get himself $5 in the upcoming NSU room. Johntabin taking a hit on his way past the initial Via room, unfortunately. His count's back to 0, and he doesn't have beams.
Oh, and Antlerz took a hit there.
Yep, he did get his 5 rupees, but he won't quite get the optimal drops in this room, but he could still clear it out pretty fast. You need a minimum of 3 bombs for the back half of the dungeon, so you get down... Oh, he's actually down to 2 now, so maybe he has a force on the way? Oh, yes, he does. He actually had a count of 6 leaving the NSU room. Well done.
I'm always amazed how quickly they can get that count back on track in their head.
Yep, this game's all about counting and reading and reacting to the situation. He got hit in the NSU, but he still managed to keep his cool and keep his count. Now Johntabin taking out the breakfast room here. He has got his bomb drop. He has 6 bombs to his name. Now he just has to clean up the rest here. Gets a convenient lineup there for the pancakes and just has to sort down the last one here. Has his 3 bombs. Antlerz with 4 heading up into the secret room, quote unquote, in the dungeon. Helps you bypass some other things like a manhandler that we never have to see, thankfully. And now he heads to the end of the dungeon while Tabin grabs his ladder. Antlerz gets himself a solid bomb drop there for the 5 Vias all tidied up for him, and now he faces off Gleeok with 3.5 hearts. Takes 16 hits with the wood sword to take down Gleeok, and we'll see if Antlerz can survive. Bit of a time loss if you die here, and you gotta be careful.
Nice.
Yep, makes it level 4. Once you get out of 3 and 4, that's kind of the sigh of relief points for a race, if nothing else, because those are probably a couple of the biggest, I don't want to say reset points, but alternate routing points if you end up dying there. So he's on out, while Johntabin is making his way into the Via room, gets his bomb force, gets a heart back so he has beams, advantageous for the upcoming Gleeok fight for him, while Antlerz makes his way all the way to level 1. Okay, Tabin making good use of those beams there. You can fight Gleeok much more safely by sitting back and firing beams his way. Just has a couple more hits. There he goes, no problem. And he makes it out of 4 deathless. It's great. Now Antlerz is going to go into level 1, and now he's going to leave level 1. He's doing a little trick called the pirouette. Due to internal game mechanics of how the doors work, essentially when you go in and out, it clears the doorway at the top, which saves you a key. It is the only spot in this category that you'll see that. Antlerz getting himself another bomb. You usually don't get a bomb there, but he had his count up towards 10 again, so worked out nicely for him. Now he's very comfortable with his bomb count as he gets to the back area of level 1. Well, he'll use more bombs and then go pick up his bow. While Tabin is bringing up the rear here, getting his way into level 1 himself. He's going to be doing pretty much the same thing. So far, there's no deviation in their routing. We might see a change up here as we see our runners head across the desert, but we'll see. Right, we got Tabin here clearing out the 5 Stalfos. In addition to getting the key there, that's also a point in this run where you want to gather some money. You like to have at least $20 to your name by the time you leave level 1 to set you up for the purchases you're going to make. It does kind of vary based on the route you're doing, but the current hot route, which is 2-5 Red Candle, which we'll most likely see Antlerz do here, you want 20 so that you can get enough for your purchases later in the game. Right, we got Antlerz leaving level 1 with a solid time. Not too much nefarious going on with him. He has a good amount of bombs. He has mostly the right amount of money that he needs, just a couple shy, but that's nothing that can't be made up. Johntabin sitting pretty with 27 rupees to his name. So he's got plenty of money. I'm curious to see which route he'll end up taking here. While Antlerz tries to scroll across the desert, gives up on that scroll and just decides to sword down some levers instead. Sometimes the scroll system cooperate for whatever reason, but the last 2/3 of the dungeon, he's taken care of, no sweat. All right, now. Okay, we got Tabin taking out the almighty Aqua Menace as he makes his exit of level 1, while Antler's gathering more hearts.
And Antlerz looks like he is headed over towards level 2.
Yep.
So,
like I said, he's going for the 2-5 red candle route, most likely. That is the current world record route. And he has his $20. He has all the resources he needs for it. Full bomb or 5 bombs too. So you're going to see him killing lots of ropes and hopefully getting a lot of cash. Let's see what John Tabin's going to do after he makes his trek across the desert here.
And we don't need any items out of 2. We're just looking for that Triforce.
That is correct. You only need to pick up the coveted magical boomerang in the 100% category, which happens to be another category in this very tournament. Who gets a really nice pattern there with the mold orbs.
Nice.
Oh yeah, gets the quick 1, 2, 3, gets his bomb force, maintains his count, so he gets more rupees here. He has just about all he needs. And indeed, John Tabin is not going the exact same route as Antlerz. He is going off to the coast to pick up a couple hearts, taking a bit of an alternate route here. Level 2 is not a dungeon you'll typically die in, but it is one you can lose a lot of time in. There's just a lot of little things that can slow you down, but Antlerz did not look slow at all in that level. He has more than enough resources, and he's good to go.
Yeah, he got some really nice patterns, especially with those ropes.
Okay, Tabin's got himself a couple extra hearts, and he's just going to swing around here back into the forest. I believe he's going to tackle level 2 now. The advantage of this route, or I'm sorry, yes, that's where he's going. So the advantage of this route is that he's going to have a little extra health, not necessarily for level 2, but for level 5, because level 5 can drain your health in a blink if you're not careful.
And Antlerz going to get his 100 rupee secret at the top of Casino Row.
That's right, he's going to get up to 140 rupees. Because he'll be getting the red candle in level 7, he does not need to buy one, so that saves him 60 rupees. So you only need 142 rupees in this route. You need 60 for the meat, 80 for the bow, and you need technically just 2 arrows or 2 rupees for the 2 things that you need to kill with arrows in this route.
And that would be the Goma boss and Ganon?
That is correct. 1 for Goma and 1 for Ganon, provided you don't miss. And I have seen some runs end by running out of arrows, or runs where you had nothing to spare and you just could not miss. Sometimes you just get absolutely nothing on your way. So 142 needed exactly. Right now he has 1 spare to his name. As he makes his way through level 5, building his count to get to the infamous recorder room, where many runs have come to an end.
Now, this getting this recorder here, this is one of the spots where if we were running any percent, it would probably be quicker to just take an intentional death and go back to the start of the dungeon instead of having to walk all the way back.
Yes, you would actually hit up and A on the second player controller. That's where the name comes from. The category is No-UAp+A, Yes-UAp+A. Because when you hit up A, it basically is like a save and quit. And what will happen is you'll get shunted back to the beginning of the dungeon. You do only have 3 hearts when you do that, but it does save you like 30-ish seconds as opposed to doing the walk back like we have to do in a deathless category. Antlerz did take a hit, so he didn't get his bomb force in the recorder room, but he got through it mostly unscathed. In a race especially, you're mostly just trying to not die and get away with at least 1 bomb on this route. Tabin, meanwhile, is out of 2 on his way to get his own 100 secret in the top right corner of the map as he makes his trek to level 5 with a couple more hearts to his name, which will help out if the blue dark nuts are particularly mean to him. Antlerz, meanwhile, getting a bomb drop on the Gibdo, which means he does not have to take a pit stop in this room, with the Dodongos, who gave him a decent pattern, but, you know, sometimes they can misbehave. So saves a few seconds there. He's in the back half of 5, while Tabin is making his way slowly but surely up to the entrance to 5 here. He took a hit at some point because he's missing half a heart, but he's rebuilding his count and got a heart back using the many Tektites on the way. Okay, we have Antlerz making his way into the last room of level 5. He'll be playing a tune for Dig Dogger here in a moment. Not too much danger here. The biggest annoyance is the fire boss bopping you out of the way when taking your sword swings, but Dig Dogger does do 2 hearts of damage each time he hits you. He mismenued there, so he had to menu twice to get to his recorder. Oh, he does take a hit there, but he clears it out, and now he's free at level 5 and into the back half of the game, while Tabin makes his way off to the recorder room.
Yeah, Antlerz is putting together a really good run here so far through the first half.
Yep, nice solid performance. No real major missteps of any kind, and he's on the, I guess, typical route, and he's making quite a show for us. Tabin, meanwhile, he just took a hit from... Oh, that was a great bomb there. With his last bomb, he kills 4 Dark Nuts. It's unfortunate that he's out of bombs. He will pick up a pack on the way back, because there's a Gibdo that carries one for you. But he's going to be sorting this last Dark Nut down, taking a few seconds there. Meanwhile, while John Tabin collects his recorder, we're going to see Antlerz do a tricorder here. He's going to blow his whistle there while activating the Armos statue, which sets off a spawn timer, which makes the shopkeeper appear faster, and it advances his recorder count as well. So it does 3 things for you in terms of speeding up your game to get into the meat shop.
And that's his meat and arrows buy that he needs for going into level 6 and 7 here in the back half.
That's right. He's building a count here. The disadvantage of this route, if you end up taking a hit on the way to 7, is that you don't have very many arrows to use for combat. That can come in handy here in level 7 because there's a room early on that takes a fair bit of combat, and if you don't have the bombs to spare, it takes a while to sort all the Gorillas down. But right now he's maintaining a count, and ideally what he'll do is force a bomb in that combat room. He just has to not get hit, which is very hard to do in 7.
And John's at his bomb refilling station at the Dodongos.
Yep, making a nice clean getaway there. And it looks like Antlerz got a fairy. That's not a force. Okay, he got his bomb, so he is sitting pretty right now. When you have a full set of bombs after the river room in 7, you have everything you need. You have no bomb pressure anymore for the rest of the level. And yes, chat, this is game 1. It is a best of 3 series this evening, and you are seeing the first one of the bunch.
And all 3 games are scheduled back to back if there is a need for a game 3.
Yep, so a lot of action tonight. We actually have another race in another category going on in Zelda speedruns, I believe. In the category escapes me, but it's another race in this tournament.
I believe it's 100%.
Sounds a bit. Yes, that is correct. I believe it is Bobino versus Why Must You Hate Me?
Yeah. Alright, so we got simultaneous pickups, Triforce out of level 5 on John's screen, and Red Candle for Antlerz.
Yep, so that is the candle that we'll probably see Tabin pick up too. I don't believe he bought a blue can. No, I don't think so. He has $155, so he either has a ton of money or he did not pick it up. So we'll probably see him pick up the red candle as well. As you're probably noticing on Antler's screen, you use a lot of bombs in level 7. You use 2 on this screen alone to take out the Dig Dogger, which has 3 mini Dig Doggers when you take out the main head with the recorder. And there's just lots of bomb walls on the way. So if you don't plan out your route and you don't have a lot of bombs coming into it, you can end up getting stuck. There are a couple rooms in 7 for backups if you need bombs, but obviously they're not as quick. So it's always good to be able to force in the river like he did. He even had an extra bomb to help him out in the Wallmaster room to speed things up further. There's just lots of little time saves throughout the run that you gradually incorporate the more runs that you do.
Yeah, this level 7 is one of my sticking points as a somewhat new to vanilla runner myself. I struggle with the bomb counts in here a lot.
Yeah, it's a level where counting your globals can come in handy, because if you can line up your globals to give yourself more bites at the apple, more chances to get a random bomb drop, the better off you can be. And speaking of, johntabin got himself a bomb drop on the way to level 7, so he has a full bomb count to his name.
Alright, and Antlerz is off towards the grave area. He's gonna do a screen wrap here so he doesn't have to do the maze in the dead woods.
Yep, and he'll be taking a little detour before he goes up to the grave, because unlike johntabin, he did not get the coast hearts yet, so he has to go get them, and he's just going to take a little tour around the world here to go from the far left side of the map to the far right side of the map. Pick up that heart there on the coast, and now go up and pick up the raft heart, because you need 12 hearts to pick up the magical sword, which is, while not technically required to finish the game, absolutely speeds up your combat. The sword does 4 times the amount of damage as the starting sword in the game does. We're about to see Antlerz do a really fun trick here called the Recorder, which combines the functionality of the recorder and the raft to essentially shunt you to a different screen than where the recorder would normally put you. So essentially he warped to level 7, but the raft also transitioned him, so instead of arriving at level 7, you arrived at 1 screen north, 1 screen west of level 7, which happens to be the graveyard. By the way, Antlerz is on a really good pace right now for race time. He's on sub 30 pace effectively. The last 3 levels of the run, 6, 8, and 9, is often called the 10-minute drill from the magical sword pickup, and he was at 1950 something when he picked up that magical sword. So he is really sitting pretty. He's going to put up a great time if he closes it out here.
That would be really exciting if he can put a sub 30. We've only had one runner do a sub 30 so far in this tournament.
It'll be really impressive for sure. johntabin making his way pretty cleanly through 7 for the most part. Oh, I jinxed him. So never mind. Redemption. Dodongo ate his first bomb. That would have put him in a bad situation, but then he got one back. Antlerz got a bomb in the first room in level 6 too, so he's looking good. He didn't absolutely need it, but it's going to speed up his time. johntabin's got to be careful. Oh, the bomb just saves him from being grabbed. You lose at least a couple minutes if those wall masters grab you and take you back to start.
Oh, yeah.
Antlerz making short work of that first magical breakfast, keeping his beams really vital to going super fast in this dungeon, because that's just it. Basically, you get 2 sword swings for every one, and you get distance when you have those beams. And he is feasting right now in terms of bomb drops. He's on a full count, no sweat. johntabin looking good too, having 6 bombs leaving level 7.
Yeah, you got a nice bomb drop off one of the red gorillas in the staircase room.
Very nice. So he will not have to do the Recorder because he already has all of his hearts, so he'll just take that little shortcut through the Lost Woods, and then he'll just walk up straight to the graveyard. We have Antlerz into almost the end of level 6, and he had a bomb to spare because the fire gave him another one, which saved him because that bubble was giving him a bad time. But no worries now, he's into the back half. This is where one of those 2 required arrows are. Say hi to Goma. Say bye to Goma. Alright, Tabin's getting his magical sword, while Antlerz is getting his level 6 Triforce. Antlerz has about a 1 dungeon lead at this point over johntabin. We'll see how level 8 fares for him, while johntabin goes into level 6 with 6 bombs.
Chad pointing out, though, that John is going in with no rupees for the Goma boss.
Well, that's a really good point, actually. Remember how I said earlier, sometimes the game just won't give you a dime? Well, we're going to find out if level 6 will be just as stingy. And we start out with, he got a bomb drop, but no money. Oh, I wonder if he knows. Because if it were me, I would have sorted a couple of those Zols. Zols are in the money drop group.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money quick off them.
Right, Antlerz is headed into level 8 here. You don't have to fight this main handler. You can get lucky to set up a bomb force, but you really don't drive for it mostly. Time for Blue Lagoon 1, where the room lags thanks to the fireballs and dark nuts, but It's all sword and board here. You're stabbing, maybe using a bomb for combat, depending. Johntabin in trouble, half a heart left. Ooh, gets a fairy.
That's a fairy.
Meanwhile, Antlers gets another bomb drop. Alright, he's going to town, making sure the Dark Nuts are staying centered, then they all just split apart on him. That's unfortunate. Not that he's going for a super tip-top time, but it's always frustrating when the Dark Nuts don't cooperate for you there. But makes it through. Some damage, but nothing atypical, really. Tabin's got himself plenty of health back. He looks like he probably picked up more hearts or another fairy or something like that. As he heads to Magical Breakfast 2, we'll see how he fares as well.
There's his 5 rupee that he needed for the arrows.
Perfect. So no longer in a dangerous situation. He has a couple to spare, too, in case the first shot goes awry. Antlers finishes out with a fairy drop from the Gliok. Nice lucky drop there. And we have Tabin clearing Magical Breakfast 2 at, I think, the same health count, maybe a heart down, but the back half of 6 isn't super, super dangerous, so he should make it out okay. He has, hopefully he'll get some bombs here. You want to have a full count of bombs at the exit of 6 and 8, I guess, but that's rarer. Meanwhile, Antlers shooting his sword to start building a count after the recorder wind touches them. The recorder actually resets your count, or I'm sorry, the whirlwind does when it touches you, but he shot his sword so that the blade hits the enemy after it touches. So even though he would like a bomb drop immediately, he can start building his count from the instant the whirlwind leaves.
Alright, and John gets his Triforce out of 6. Now he's just got to finish off level 8. He'll be right behind Antlers.
Yep, about a couple minute difference here. Antlers, meanwhile, entering level 9 with just under 5 minutes to go if we want to think of it like 30 minutes as the ultimate countdown. Getting some more kills there. He'll most likely try for a force in the upcoming river room as he goes for the last key that you need in the game. And indeed, gets his bomb force. So he's going to go ahead, drop the bomb there, and have a full count after using 2 of the 6 required bombs you need on your way between 8 and the end of the game here. And see how Tabin fares in the first Blue Lagoon, which is living up to its name with that lag. He takes a few hits there. Couple from the Dark Nuts. You want to take fireball hits if you have no choice, even if they disrupt your positioning, because they only do half a heart versus the 2 hearts that the blue Dark Nuts do. Gets out of there with a lot of health, and he makes his way to transition. Meanwhile, Antlers sneaking by Patra 1, no damage whatsoever as he proceeds to the next room.
That was a very nice sneak by Patra there.
Yeah, it's very handy when Patra doesn't go left on you and just ruins your day. And look at that, Antlers gets another bomb drop, and that was a random one. And he makes short work of the next room. Not an easy room to make it through, and he makes it look easy. Meanwhile, we got Tabin here finishing up Blue Lagoon 2. Only has 3.5 hearts, but he makes it through. He has Gliok and a couple screens here to go through. With a clock drop, I wonder if he's going to fish for a bomb. That room will drop a bomb if he kills all the enemies. Oh, he gets a bomb there, so he can go ahead. Antlers sneaking by Patra 2 there. He has full hearts, so you'll probably see a fun strat coming up in Reverse C. Oh, that blue Wizard almost tagged him. Johntabin has to be careful. Antlers does the clip, is able to just sit pretty inside the blocks. Cannot be touched by the blue Wizards unless they phase through. Doesn't have to walk very far. Clears Reverse C in under 10 seconds. Exactly what you want to see.
Final item we need of the game.
Tabin, half a heart. He's using pause strats here to hopefully not take a death. You only need 2 hits now with the magical sword, but only 1 from Gliok. There he goes. Clears it out. Ooh. Does not die. Very nice. Antlers makes the reverse clip through the diamond staircase. Johntabin taking a refill. This is Antlers' races to lose now. He doesn't have a potion, but Antlers is no slouch when it comes to not taking damage. Antlers has completed the damageless category in this game. That is correct, Putz. You are now. This is not a qualifier. This is a tournament race, so they are actually actively racing each other now. Right, Tabin on his way to level 9, but as we said, Antlers just has a few rooms to go here. He's going to dodge the orange Wizrobe beam there. One more Patra and one Ganon, and then he will find the princess. He also has 14 rupees, so, well, 12 now, but plenty of rupees to finish Ganon off. All right, going for fast Patra, just sitting there in the middle. He's got to be careful, down to one heart. Okay, that's not ideal because a fireball can take him out now.
Yeah, this would be an awful way to fall behind if
2850 entry. This is a low 29. Oh, he gets a stun lock, and that is it.
Oh, very nice.
He's gonna have, I think that's gonna be like a tournament best, like across everybody's times for this category. And we have ourselves. Go ahead.
Antler's proven why he's the number 7 all time on the speedrun.com in this category.
Oh yes, and he finishes with an official time of 29 minutes and 12 seconds. That is just an amazing race time. And we'll see John Tabin here wrapping up here in level 9. So far, so good. Taking a hit from the Patra, but no big deal as he progresses into the next room. Overall, both racers have played a pretty solid run. Antlers was just on another level that first race.
Yeah. John's on pace to better his best time of this tournament by minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's excellent. I forget if he was able to complete a deathless attempt in any of his qualifiers. But either way, being on pace is always good. Even if it's costing him the first... Well, it's not costing him the first race. It just wasn't enough to conquer the first race of this best of 3. But indeed, it is a best of 3. So he may have lost the first round, but there's still 2 to go.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people in the world can beat a 29-12.
John Tabin also showing off his own skill with the clip with the full health. The blue Wizrobe's not cooperating as much. They kind of teleported away from him, but still, that is a really good time for the reverse C room. And he also was able to conserve his bombs, which is good because he's down now to the bare minimum required to finish the dungeon. Just to let everybody know, there might be a very slight break between the races, but we will not be conducting interviews. We're going to jump into the second game once both of the racers are ready to go. All right, Tabin getting stuck here on Patra 2B, having to sword his way to try to sneak through without taking damage, and he succeeds. Going to make his way up through diagonal pancakes before he gets up towards the Wizrobe trap room. He only has 1 bomb, which he cannot use for combat. There is 1 more bomb wall left. Right, orange orange Wizrobes, giving him a nice pattern there. And let's see if the blues leave him alone. There we go, perfect. 3.5 hearts, more than enough to finish. You just can't get a little hug from Ganon.
Yeah, 2 hearts. He's got to avoid this Patcher as well before he gets to Ganon.
Right, cannot take any hits from Patra here. He does 2 hearts per hit, so playing it safe. Gets himself 5 extra rupees. Gets himself the swag arrow, too, on his way in. Really nice. He took a fireball, but he had 2 hearts, so no worries. Now he just has to dodge the second one. Okay, Ganon spawning right on him again. Just gotta keep dodging, staying in that safe corner. There he goes. Knocks out Ganon. Well done.
All right, so get your GGs in chat for both of our runners tonight. johntabin finishing with an official race time.gg time of 33 minutes 38 seconds.
Yeah, very solid run. Do you know if that is a tournament PB for him?
For John,
for johntabin, yeah.
Yeah, that is a tournament PB for him. His best time coming in was 34:43, so by over a minute.
And I believe that was quite the race, or quite the tournament PB for Antlers there. I think it was just a couple seconds off of the top time. I think.
I had that information. What did I do with it?
So Cantaloupe has the #1 seed in the tournament for this category. I want to say his time was a 29:10, but I also don't remember off the top of my head his exact time. So we're going to see the new race room here start up in a moment, and once we do, we will kick off race 2. Until then, enjoy the music. And it looks like our chat is informing us that Cantaloupe's time was in fact a 29:17. So congratulations to Antlers for holding the tournament PB right now.
Yeah, I just was looking up here during the break. That 29:12 that Antlers just ran would be good enough for 20th best time in the world, according to speedrun.com, and that's in a tournament setting, so that is impressive.
I mean, I would be happy with just the sub 30 period, let alone a low 29.
Right. All right, looks like we are about ready for the next race. They're saying we can hit the button. Do you want to hit the next race button?
Oh, yes.
Nah, I just didn't want us to both hit it and do something crazy.
Question in chat, what are the PBs for this category for both racers? Antlers' PB is 28:27. He holds 7th place on the leaderboard overall. johntabin's best time is a 30:47, which is 46 overall on the leaderboard. But as we said, anything can happen during a race. So while Antlers has the edge on paper, it just all depends on what occurs. For example, in that last race, if he had taken that fireball to Ganon, it would have been a whole different story. We'll be kicking off here in just a second here on stream. I think both of them are, in fact, going for the manipulation because they both reset their games just a little bit before the race timer started. So it'll all depend on if they can get into level 3 by a certain music cue in the overworld. You start off on equal footing by resetting the game and then pushing start at a known time. And then you have to get over to level 3 within a set amount of time. You can adjust how long it takes. Looks like Antlers might be on the way. Tabin might be too. Mateo might have gotten an Antler's way there. I'm not sure. Let's see what patterns they get, and I'll identify them in this first Zol room. So it looks like Antlers got himself probably an early Nutter Butter, and John Tabin did not get anything. Okay, Antlers did not get anything. Zols would not get in your way to diagonal. So no manipulations for either runner, but I think both gave it the good old college try. Okay, both players. I thought Tabin was going bottom route there, but he didn't get his bomb, so he's opting for top route. Antlers cleared out all 3 of the Dark Nuts to get himself a guaranteed bomb in that first one. Tabin getting himself the guaranteed bomb in the top route, while Antlers gets 3 Dark Nuts with the first bomb. Second bomb, Dark Nut does not cooperate for his third, but he had... Oh, okay, he's got a bit of work to do. Just going to sword down that last Dark Nut there. Tabin right behind him, just one more Dark Nut to go, who also doesn't cooperate, turns around, blocks the bomb, but gives him one back. So now Antlers has the slight edge here going into the raft basement. Fewer bombs, though. Tabin got caught there in the Dark Net room of pre-basement, so he's just making his way now. Both of them only have a heart, or a heart down, until Antlers just picked one up.
Yeah, Antlers also just got a nice bomb drop off those Dark Nuts.
And it's very fortunate. So you don't want to have a low bomb count. If he didn't pick one up, he would have exactly 1 bomb for Manhandla, which is... You have to be dead on, or else you're going to be sorting Manhandla down. Possible, but very challenging with the wood sword and 3 hearts. Oh, Tabin was too... Or, sorry, that was Antlers. Antlers was too short on that first bomb. I'm mixing up my players. But he was able to use 2 bombs to take out Manhandla, no worries. 6 bombs to his name, leaving 3. Perfect for a race. John Tabin's got to be careful. He's down to 1 heart, gets his bomb kill, gets his bomb up, leaves with 1 more bomb than Antlers does, and he's out.
And both runners off the level 4.
Yeah, slight sigh of relief for both of them that they both got out of level 3, and one doesn't end up handicapped by at least a couple minutes by having to return to level 3 later to finish the job. Both can comfortably head to level 4 with that first Triforce piece in their pocket. Antlers is building his count. John Tabin's going to be doing the same right behind him. Ideally, he won't take a hit here in this room so he can build the count earlier. You can go for a couple things here at the beginning of level 4. You can either build your count up to exactly 9, in which case you can force a bomb up here in the NSU room, which we're seeing Antlers enter right now, or you can get 10 or more to get a 5 rupee drop. Antlers is probably going for the 5 rupee drop. There he goes. Because getting money is the more optimal thing to do. John Tabin does take a hit. He does get a global 5er there, at least. He still has 6 bombs to his name, too, and he can build a count up here in the NSU room. Yes, it is called the NSU room because the tiles spell it out. Exactly. Alright, so Antlers got himself the bomb drop, and he's down to the bare minimum 3. John Tabin at 3, but he has a bomb force on the way, or I hope he does, because he's down to 2. Cannot take a hit. Not even from a bubble. Okay, perfect. Got himself the bombs. Now he has what he needs to clear out the rest of the dungeon, and then some, because he's sorting down this last pancake. Our runners are high-fiving as Antlers leaves the room, and Tabin goes down to the basement. Antlers with his ladder in his pocket that he's deploying to shortcut across NSU there, and to shortcut across this room. You can't see it because it's not lit up, but there's actually 2 river tiles in the way there, so you actually have to do a clip. It doesn't look like a clip because Antlers did it so fast, but you actually do have to do a 1-frame tap there in order to make it across that dark room.
Yeah, you gotta line up your sprite on your ladder and then yeah, tap. It's pixel perfect, frame perfect clip.
Yeah, and you can get stuck at that drawbridge for a while if the clip is not aligned just right for you. Meanwhile, Antlers gets himself the bomb drop that's needed to continue on, because you need a bomb in level 1 as you make your way over there. Now he's going to take out Gleeok. He's down to 1/2 of 1 heart.
Ooh, this is sketchy.
Tabin gets 4 Vires and then cleans off the lots more, gets his bomb drop. Antlers dancing with the devil.
Oh, yeah, the floating head is not leaving him alone.
Yeah, sometimes it can really just corner you. But he makes it through, gets himself out of there with 1/2 a heart to his name, but that's all you need. Meanwhile, Tabin once again enjoying beams for the majority of the Gleeok fight, taking down Gleeok with 16 hits, no problem. Only about 15 seconds-ish behind. He's going to gain some here for lack of a refill. The longer your refill, of course, is, takes more time. So, and refills in Zelda are not fast. So both of our runners on the way to 1. A bit closer than it was the previous race, I believe. Both of our runners still in the overworld here, headed for the same dungeon.
And there's that pirouette trick again to open the unlock the key door without spinning a key.
You will see that same trick used in other categories, but there are some categories where you effectively have an extra key. So one of the keys that you see the runners get on this route can actually be skipped. That is one of the optional ones to skip, because it's actually one of the longer things you have to do to leave the dungeon and go back in. It takes like 5 or 6 seconds plus to do that. And there are other keys that you could potentially get that are faster than that one. But for No-UAp+A, you're going to see him do it every time. So we just see a pretty typical one here. You build up your count when you get up to that river room with the 3 orange gorillas in it, and then you use a bomb to force a bomb there. That's kind of the ideal thing. And you also hope the Stalfos in the earlier room give you a lot of money. Like I said before, you want to have at least 20 rupees to your name on the 2-5 red candle route, which I guess both runners are doing. It's just that John is going a slightly alternate way if he's going to grab the raft and coast hearts before entering level 2 again.
So, one more room and then we'll be fighting the boss for Antlers.
Yep, still pretty typical fare here. Not too much going on in level 1, just picking up your bow, collecting some resources, and just trying to make it out as fast as you can. And Antlers will get his Triforce right about now. Okay, Antlers making his way towards level 2. You're going to see him mostly just sword things in the way. He spent a second too long on that screen, and the blue Octorok gives him a big old kiss. Once again, he is walking across. I almost wonder if he's doing that deliberately to attempt to farm rupees. Levers are in the rupee drop group. So John Tabin gets his Triforce as well. He picked it up about 22 seconds later than Antlers picked up his level 1 Triforce, to give our viewers an idea of the current discrepancy. Tabin's going to make up a couple seconds here because he is scrolling through all 3 of the screens, and they have a decent equivalence in rupee count as well. Tabin's probably going to opt to go the raft and coast hearts again, but we'll see what he does here in just a moment.
Why do you think John is going the raft coast heart first? Is it because he doesn't want to have to do the world wrap, or?
It's probably a combination. Like right, so in this case, he's actually grabbing this Armo secret. This Armo secret provides you with 30 rupees. This makes the rupee pressure evaporate effectively. You don't have to depend on getting extra rupees in level 2. He's set for the run essentially. So previously he did the raft coast hearts first, I believe for a couple reasons. One, so you don't, again, so like you said, you don't have to do the world wrap, you don't have to do the Rue quarter trick, and also you have more hearts in level 5, which makes it a little more comfy. Meanwhile, Antler's getting initially a good pattern with the Moldorms, but then they split apart on him here. He got his bomb drop just in the nick of time before he got hit. johntabin, even though he got the Armo Secret, is only a couple seconds behind him. Grabbing the Armo Secret costs maybe 8-ish seconds or so, which is why Tip Top runs in routes you don't see it happen. But yeah, he's keeping Antlers honest here. Antlers, our first, first one of the night. Not treating Antlers best. It wasn't the worst, and he still maintains a full count of bombs, which is pretty required when you're exiting 2 to go to 5. Meanwhile, johntabin has no bombs to his name. You'll get a guaranteed bomb drop in the upcoming room, but he's hoping that a Gorilla will give him something. He doesn't want money. If I were him, I'd take a bop from a Gorilla so that I don't get a forced 5er drop. Okay, Boomerang did the job for him, so now he's going to sword the rest of these Gorillas down, while Antlers makes his way to level 5 and hopefully doesn't get hit to maintain his own count. It's all about keeping your counts in this game. Okay, gets his Dodongo without too much grief, while Antlers makes his way to get the top right room's 100 secret. Okay, so Antlers and johntabin both maintaining their counts, trying to maintain their counts now. Ideally, by the time you make it to the recorder room, which is 6 blue dark nuts, you want to have as many bombs as possible. So you want to have a count of 9. So 9 enemies killed without taking damage. What that does is will set up the 10th enemy to drop a bomb for you if you kill them with a bomb. And because you're fighting the blue dark nuts in the recorder room with bombs predominantly, you are trying to force a bomb in that room because bombs do as much damage as the magical sword does. So they do 4 hit points worth.
Yep. Yeah, and now John's getting his 100 rupees, and that will give him enough money for the rest of the run.
Yep, that's right. Even he has even enough where if he exits level 5 and he doesn't have enough bombs, he can actually buy a spare bomb pack now, should he need to, because he's up to 160 now. But barring that, he'll have a ton for arrows. Okay, so Antlers entering with not a count of 9, because that first blue dark knight did not force a bomb. He takes a hit, unfortunately, which basically means he lost 4 bombs. That's what that boils down to. Now he has no bombs to clean up this last dark nut. He had some good bomb drops there, so it wasn't the slowest room, but again, the lack of bombs exiting the recorder room is going to hinder him a tiny bit on the back half of 5 here.
Yeah.
Not only would it save a chunk of money to skip the bait room, as was mentioned in chat, I believe there's also a literal bounty out for that. But as far as we can tell, it's a literal impossibility. So the bait is a required item unless that secret is ever found. Alright, so Tabin is building up his count here using the keys. He got hit at some point because he's down 1.5 hearts, so I don't know what his exact count is, but it has to be at least 7, if not higher. He only has 5 bombs instead of the usual 6. Nice lineup there for the first bomb.
Looks like maybe he's using some pause strats again, or else maybe we're just getting a little lag.
Yeah, either or. He got his force bomb on the 4th dark nut, so he was actually at a count of 6. Meanwhile, Antlers just, it's not his day, it's not his race for the Dodongos. They were giving him a bit of a time.
That was a much faster blue dark nut room for John, though, so he made up some time there.
That's right, gained some ground for sure. And he has 4 bombs leaving the room, which means he's going to have 8 bombs by the time he picks up the bomb pack in the Gibdo room, which means he does not have to make the pit stop in the triple Dodongos. Okay, Antlers making his way towards Dig Dogger again, while Tabin keeping him honest from behind. He's just a few rooms behind. He has to steal that bomb pack that Gibdo is hoarding in order to have a full pack.
Away from him.
Yeah, you gotta try to stab him on half tiles and stuff to try to not knock him away, but it wasn't too bad. He got eventually, and he did not get hit, which is more important. Gibdos do 2 hearts of damage. Right. Antler's grabbing his level 5 Triforce. The Dig Dogger did not give him too much grief or anything like that. He's got 9 hearts. He has 146 rupees. Tabin getting himself the bomb pickup there. I believe he must have used 1 or 2 on the Gibdos in the other room, but the Dodongo didn't give him any trouble.
Yeah, he used 1 bomb to get the key out of the Gibdo.
Okay, so 146. He has 6 extra arrows. Antlers is most likely going to attempt to bomb force his way through the river room, like we saw him do in the previous race.
John needs to be careful. He's on 2 hearts.
Yep, and speaking of enemies that do 2 hearts of damage, meet Pole's voice. Okay, so Dig Dogger as well. 2 hearts damage each hit. If need be, he'll take a fireball to try and dodge it. Dig Dogger's just going to keep picking up speed until you kill it. He's at least 1 more hit. He's got paw strats going. Meanwhile, Antler's maintaining his count on the way to 7. And John Tabin does not die. That would have been quite detrimental if he had taken a death there, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, some good combat or avoidance from John on that screen.
That's right. He is fighting for his tournament life here because he is down a game, and it's 2 out of 3, and there is no elimination bracket. So once you're out, you're done. Making his way towards 7. Once again, Antlers build an account. The bubbles don't spoil his fun. Excellent river room there. Gets his bomb drop. He's in a great position, just like the previous race. As we said, so John does not have to buy a second bomb pack, even though he could afford it here. So he's going to have plenty of arrows, which is going to be very beneficial for the river room should he not maintain a consecutive count on the way to it. The blue Gorillas go down in 3 arrow hits, so it can really speed up the room versus trying to use your wooden sword, which only does 1 hit point versus the arrows 2.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
Okay, so Antler's picking up his red candle about the midway point through level 7 here. And we'll see if he obtains another bomb drop, which he doesn't really need, but even 1 extra bomb can help out a ton. Okay, he doesn't pick up 1 there. He didn't even wait for it. He's just going, and that's exactly what you would do in a race, or just to go fast in general. It's nice to have, but, you know, gotta go fast. Meanwhile, we got John entering level 7 here. He still has full health, so I believe he is still maintaining a count. We'll see if the Gorillas... Nope. Got hit by a boomerang. Phantom boomerang got him. But he's got himself 23 arrows. You can say 21. He might pick up some money here, technically 21. Let's find out. Meanwhile, Antlers has to dance around. Oh, you came really close there to touching that Wallmaster. For those unaware, if the Wallmaster grabs you, it takes you back to the beginning of the dungeon, and level 7 is a long dungeon. But he makes it through, has 2 bombs left. You only need 1 more to make it through. Most likely, he will preserve that last bomb, because you don't want to go to level 6 with 0 bombs to your name. Indeed, he has already switched to the recorder, so he is not dropping a bomb on Aqua Mentis here. Slightly slower in terms of defeating Aqua Mentis, but what else is slower than that? Having to fight Gleeok in level 6.
Alright, so we're off to do the world wrap again and get our coast hearts.
And meanwhile, Tabin's grabbing his red candle, getting to the back half of 7. He looks... Well, he's on the standard bomb count right now. If he exits without getting any drops, I believe he'll have 0 bombs to his name. He's trying to get a bomb there. 3 chances. No luck. And Antlers is, I think, fishing for bombs, or at least he killed 1 blue octo up there, but he has his 1 that he needs. It's all you technically need for 6, and then you hope that 6 gives you 1 along the way.
John's got to be careful. He's back down to 2 hearts again.
And always down to that tricky 2. Can't get touched, but this Dig Doggers... Oh, give him a fairy and a heart. Really nice.
Lots of health.
Yes, Dig Doggers are in the health drop group, so there's lots of fairies and lots of hearts in terms of chances. Antlers pulls off another Rue Quarter. No worries there. Ends up in the graveyard. He's about, I want to say, 25 seconds slower than his previous run, but his previous run was nothing to be ashamed of at all. Neither is this one, I should say. It's still just about 20. I'm going by John Tabin's timer on the stream here. I don't know how accurate it is compared to his, but that's what I'm going by. Either way, he's doing quite well. You saw Antlers there. Didn't mention this on the previous race, but first John Tabin down to half a heart. Okay, barely makes it through, but makes it through. Level 7. So Antlers, instead of going through the main door to level 6, took the side door. That does a couple things. It's kind of like the tricorder. You saw him advance his recorder count while activating the Armo statue. What that does is when he exits this dungeon, instead of having to walk up the stairs and watch the animation, you'll just instantly pop out, just like at the end of level 5. At the end of the day, we've timed it. It saves about half a second to take this route versus walking down the staircase. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, and on a category as competitive as this one has been over the years.
Yeah, we're at the point where we're eking out every possible time save. Tabin making his way across the world to get to his latter 2 hearts, and then he will do a Rue Quarter of his own before making his way to the magical sword. Antlers is out of bombs. He used the 1 required bomb, well, required to go fast bomb in level 6, I should say. Hopefully one of the oranges here will spare a bomb. I swear this level is feast or famine. You either get tons of bomb drops or you just get bupkis.
John Tabin down to a 1 single bomb as well, so...
Yep, definitely better than 0. You're sitting pretty if you have 1 bomb. It's 0 where you're nervous entering 6. But right now, Antlers has no bombs, and he's about to exit level 6. Let's see if he gets any joy here. No. 3 more chances, no dice. He might go for the orange Wizrobes here in the next room. 1 on his way, gives him a rupee. Doesn't need it, goes on. So he will need to find a bomb before proceeding into level 8, because you need to bomb a wall the instant you enter that level. Well, we'll see where John ends up. He's got his magical sword, and he's headed up to level 6 himself. And he is also going for the little tricorder trick here. Very good. So he'll also get the advantage that Antlers has right now, where you just instantly pop out. The one thing you have to remember is that you have that extra recorder blow. So you do not blow twice. You only blow once when you exit. That's half of the point of doing it, is that you save a recorder whistle. All right, Tabin fishing there.
Nice bomb drop for Antlers.
Yep, that's one of the spots you pick up if you are more desperate. All of these green moblins here in the forest, they all are in the bomb drop group. And in the bomb drop group, there are 10 items in every group. And in the bomb drop group, there are 3 slots that potentially drop a bomb. And it's like a 41% chance where it will drop. Meanwhile, John Tabin is using bombs to speed up his combat there pretty nicely in the magical breakfast. Antlers starting to use beams to his advantage here in the first Blue Lagoon room. Okay, exiting the first one with full health, always nice. John Tabin only down 2.5 on his way through level 6. Has not picked up another spare pack yet, but... Oh, never mind. Gets himself some bombs there. He's in a pretty good spot right now. Would like to have at least 1 more. He'll have 1 chance coming up because that was a clock drop, and the 5 ate his bomb chance.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So it's just a few ticks away from the clock drop in terms of the global drop, but because this 10th enemy kill was that fire, it was a force 5 instead. Antlers has quite a bit of damage on him, so this 4-headed Gleeok can't be too reckless. Let's see how he takes it out. It's 3 hits for the first head, 2 hits for every additional head. Alright. Takes 1 hit, no problem.
Yeah. A very clean Gleeok fight.
Okay, he makes his way out. He has a bit of a refill here, but he also has a bit of a lead. He's ahead by a little more than a dungeon at this point. So it is most likely, once again, Antlers' race to lose here, unless John really picks up the pace here in level 8 and then catches up back to level 9. But the advantage, possibly, for John Tabin is the bomb count. Antlers has only 2 bombs right now. You need 6 bare minimum to finish the game. So he needs to find at least 1 more bomb pack, and no dice there. We call that the Bomb of Destiny. That blue Octorok there, you just shoot your beam and pray. And if you count your globals, you can give yourself slightly better odds. John Tabin with the slightly unfortunate spawn pattern there. That blue Octo pointing down and shooting basically the instant you despawn from the whirlwind. You can dodge it. It's a little tricky. That is correct. Rick pointing out in chat that you can get to Patra 1 in level 9, and the Patra 1 room, if you kill Patra 1, is a forced bomb drop. So you are not completely hosed with 2 bombs, but you are going to slow down a bit because you have to fight Patra 1 instead of just walking right by him. John Tabin building up a count to 10 with that Manhandla drop. If he drops a bomb and kills a Dark Nut here and doesn't get hit, there he goes. So Antler's playing a tune for the wall because he was on the recorder because he had used a bomb to force in that room, but he does have a few more bombs to his name because he forced in the river room. Meanwhile, John Tabin got his bomb force. You might have noticed John Tabin did not have to kill a Dark Nut with a bomb in order to get a bomb drop. That's because he stored a bomb on the Manhandla. When you bomb the 10th enemy and the 10th enemy kills, like a Keese or a Manhandla body part, and it doesn't die, your bomb drop is stored, and the next enemy you kill will drop a bomb for you. And that's exactly what happened with John Tabin. Antlers, with the really quick dodge there, that blue Wizrobe can shoot the FU beam at you just instantly. And speaking of FU, left facing Patra. Antler's cleaning up the next room without too much trouble there. He got a heart too, which was good because taking 2 hits of Patra right out of the gate, not too great. He still needs another bomb drop at this point. He's down to 2 bombs. You need, well, never mind. There you go. Build an account. Now let's see if he builds his count up to 16. If you get your count to 16, your 16th kill is a Force Fairy drop. And he'll want to do that if he wants to go fast in the reverse C room.
John Tabin gets his last Triforce piece, and he is off to level 9.
Oh, there's that Force Fairy. 1 too late there. I wonder if he was counting. Oh, he gets an orange Wizrobe hit. That takes 4 hearts of damage. All right, he's down to 7 hearts here. 8, if he picks that one up. Okay, so not as slick a reverse C room, but still makes it to the Silver Arrows cave here. Got 7 rupees with which to slice and dice Ganon with. And he's on what you could colloquially call the 2-minute drill. Takes about 2 minutes to get from the Silver Arrows to finishing off the game. He's got to be careful, though. You are most likely taking a hit to Patra 2B when you pass him, so you only have 6 hearts, and most things in this dungeon do at least 2 hearts of damage to you. And of course, he somehow manages to get past Patra 2 without taking a hit. That is a very rare occurrence.
that was nice.
Right, Tabin maintaining full health, going up into the spiral room here pre-Patra 1. Good thing he saved that, or good thing Antlers saved those hearts there for that next room there. Took a hit or 2, but he's still at 7 hearts, which is more than enough to finish. In fact, I think he went for fast Patra on that heart count last time. Let's see if he does it again. Okay, Tabin making his way into the next room. Half heart damage by Antlers there, doesn't really matter. Going for fast Patra again. Down to 2.5 hearts. Okay. If he took another hit there, that would have been really nerve-wracking there. Going into the game of 2.5, that gives him a buffer of 2 fireballs. Can't take a hug, of course. Let's see how he does.
Does not win the 50-50 there.
All right, all right, all right. 3 right Ganons, but doesn't matter. Antlers successfully kills the beast and is off to save the princess. Get your GGs out in chat for Antlers, who finishes this race with an official RTGG time of 30 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 amazing times by an amazing runner. Got John with full health headed up into the reverse C room. Gets another reverse C clip. Very nice. The blue Wizrobes being much kinder to him that time completes that room under 10 seconds. Another great room there by johntabin.
Yeah. And now I believe he is actually on pace to set another tournament PB.
That's right. If he completes this in about 2-ish minutes, then he will finish in a sub 33. As we say that, he ends up with a bit of trouble in the reverse clip room. That's about the most nerve-wracking clip in the entire run, by the way, especially when you're on any amount of pace, because it's not too hard of a trick, but when the nerves are hitting you, it's rough.
Caster curse, yeah. It sure was.
Alright, down to 2 hearts now. So he heads into the trap room here. Yep, he had a couple bombs for combat to spare. Trap's not doing him too much. Ah, and the blue Wizrobe takes him out. See if he'll run this one back here, or if he'll call it there. Alright, going back in. So when you go back into level 9, you only have 3 hearts to your name. The next room respawns, so you have 5 Wizrobes to spawn again. He does not have to go to the silver error room, which cuts out several pieces there. And he will have to refight the trap room because he died in there. But if he did it, it would have respawned. But we have Antlers joining us in the commentary booth. Good games, Antlers.
Yo, thank you very much.
I say you put up a... Yes, we can.
Okay.
And I have to say, you put up a couple impressive times this evening.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that first run was definitely I was definitely happy with that. Second run had kind of a rough start, but I definitely I'm happy with how I pulled it together in the end game to kind of salvage it. So
Yeah, that first run, the 29-12, as far as we can tell, that is the best time of the tournament so far. GG's.
Yep, really worked out there. You had all kinds of bombs raining down on you in level 6. You got the River Force in level 7 both times. In the second game, the bombs were not being quite as cooperative in the latter half of the game, but you pulled through just fine. You got your bomb drops in level 9 where you needed them.
yeah, it's definitely a little scary walking to level 9 with 2 bombs, but as long as you do your force right, you should be fine every time there. Because if you place your bomb right in the double river room, you'll hit 2 Zols guaranteed. So I wasn't super worried. I was just worried about messing it up, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because you could, instead of forcing, make your way to Patra 1 and slice down Patra 1 for a bomb pack with 2 bombs to your name because you have just enough to get there. But if you try to force in the river room and you miss, then, well, you have to go back out and fight some Lionels or something.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think about killing Patra 1. It literally never entered my mind. Probably should have, but yeah. That is definitely something that you can do there.
Yeah.
I did not think about.
I didn't think of it either. Somebody in chat reminded me of that. And johntabin took a death there in the trap room again, and it looks like he has forfeited the race here.
Yeah.
So, a good running by John.
Brutal to him.
Yeah, especially on low health, it is. It's not an easy room to go. Level 9 is not an easy dungeon, to state the obvious. So,
especially after you die, having to go back through it on 3 hearts, that's like,
Yeah.
that's really, really hard.
yeah, you really have to hunker down there. Viewers might have seen him stabbing the old man a bunch in the next room. He was not doing that to vent frustration. He was actually building up his count there so that he could force bombs or fairies in the next room itself, because stabbing the old man will build your count just like killing an enemy. And John Tabin now joins us in the booth. GG's, John.
GG's, man. Antler's as good as this game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little good. That first race was just, it's just like the best time of the entire tournament so far.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, actually, both my runs until the death and the second one were pretty good for me, but he beat my PB both times, so not much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't really expecting to win this. Glad to just, put up a respectable time and give people a show, and good luck to Antlers moving forward, because obviously he's in the running to take this whole thing, and not only in this category. And you're wrong. This is not the end of my tournament, because I'm still playing in 100% and scoreless and second quest, and
that is correct.
May or may not get stomped by Antlers in one of those. We'll see what happens.
Dude, you freaking nailed that reverse C block clip. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I couldn't hold on to it any longer. I wanted to wait till you got in the room. That was sick. The reverse C block.
Both races he did it.
Yeah, both races.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, in both races I got a fairy right before and managed to do that, which was nice. I was glad to show some competence. Other funny thing, I don't think Comms noticed it, but I got a random bomb drop from the Moblin on the way to 7 in both races, which I don't know if you guys have watched the any percent task recently, but what the task does is runs out of bombs to auto menu to recorder and then farms a bomb from that Moblin, which is obviously not a viable RTA strat, but somehow I got that lucky bomb twice and it made me chuckle.
That's funny. I think I noticed it the first race. I didn't pick it up on the second race though. But yeah, very fortunate you got that both times headed there. Speaking of forces, Antlers, on your second game on the way to reverse C, I actually thought you were building your count to 16 to force a fairy before the reverse C room. But then I saw no fairy until you were in the reverse C room when the Wizrobe dropped it for you.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I was just like, my mind was just like, okay, I got low resources, can't do reverse C block clip. Let's just focus on sorting these guys down. Use one bomb if we need to, but hold on to 3 to have a safety bomb for if I screw one up. So that was just kind of my one track thinking there. But yeah, I did realize that was a force after I did it. I was like, oh, I could have just done that right before.
Yeah, I kind of have it in my thinking after I force a bomb in the Zol room. I know I'm at 10, so I just have to count Keiths on my way towards the reverse C room in order to pick up that force fairy there.
Yeah, for sure. In a non-race setting where it's like I literally have to do that strat to PB, I'm definitely thinking about that more, for sure.
Definitely.
So I don't know if the Hundo race on ZSR is still going on. I know we have races on tomorrow and Friday, but I don't think we have all the restreams assigned yet. But thanks to Dr. Blue.
And I just looked, and it looks like the Hundo race is finished. I think they only ran one race tonight. I think that's why it finished so early.
Oh, okay. But yeah, thanks so much to Dr. Blue and Deus Ex Machina for coming in here, because we had 2 tournament admins racing at the same time tonight, so it was really hard to get the comms covered.
Yeah, definitely big thanks. Much appreciated.
That was a lot of fun commentating with you, Deuce.
Yeah, same to you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Thanks to our runners for putting on a show. And don't forget, everybody, to give everyone a follow. I put the links up in chat. Follows are free, and they are very much appreciated.
And as far as this tournament bracket goes, Antlers will be facing the winner of Shaddy or Slackerer in the bracket next.
yeah, two really good players. I mean, two buddies. Known them both for quite a while. Shaddy a little longer than Slacker, but it'll be fun whoever wins, and that'll be a good race between the two of them. Honestly, when I saw the matchups, that was one of the ones I was looking forward to the most because they're both they're both really good. Shaddy's probably a little bit more in practice than Slacker is right now, but Slacker is definitely capable.
And John, yes, you are out of the No-UAp+A, but you are still in it on other categories, and it looks like you have a match versus Billick in 100% on this Sunday, it looks like, around 4 p.m.
Yes. Yes, Sunday afternoon we're doing our hundo race. And then on Monday I have Swordless against Jay Coper in the category he basically invented, so that'll be fun.
Well, good luck to you in both of those.
Thank you, and good luck to Antlers going forward in every category. I'm sure you will be a force to be reckoned with all over this tournament.
Yeah, likewise, man. Good luck to you, and looking forward to watching your Swordless race.
Yep, Antlers will have a couple moments to spectate because in 100% and Swordless, he actually has a first round bye. In 100%, he'll face the winner of Ugandis versus Money Mercs, and in Swordless, he'll face the winner of Tabby Orange and Mr. Dunlow.
Yeah, some good races coming up. So you tune in both here at the SpeedGaming Network and over at Zelda Speedruns to catch all of these races coming up.
Yeah,
sounds good. Any final thoughts from either of our races tonight?
I think those were my final thoughts.
Yeah, for me, just GG's. Good races, and looking forward to the rest of the tournament. Thanks everyone for putting it on, especially the admins who are way overworked. So,
that's right.
Much appreciated.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks. I think that'll do it.
All right, let's. Deus, you want to close this out?
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We've got other races going on Speed Gaming 2 and 3 right now from other games. I think Final Fantasy on one and Super Mario on the other. So if you're still looking for more Speed Gaming action, check those out. Otherwise, we will catch you guys in the next run tomorrow, probably. So I will see you all later.
All right, goodbye.